is there something beyond mind? Like, I have been listening to you for 2 years, since 2020. But so I was getting convinced for that both concept. But when I face this problem, so what happened is, that book helped me to get recovered. If I talk about right now, so I'm 90% out of that OCD. So that book suggested that I'm also convinced with that book. So I just want you to explain, because I don't want to get convinced by that book. So what happened is, that book said that if you are thinking about something in a certain pattern, so that thinking will become your whole world. So if I was constantly thinking about my OCD problem, so I wasn't paying attention to my parents or my studies. Even I failed in my exam due to that. So when I read that book, so the method was suggested that we all should think in a certain right way, because every of us knows that what is right and wrong to some extent. So I started thinking in kind of, I can say, in an opposite way. So I made a pattern of a positive thinking, and it took around 7 to 8 months, but my mind got convinced with that positive concept. So my question is that, when you talk about the beyond mind wala concept or the both concept, what is that? Because I have never experienced it. So is that the only a kind of a state of mind? Like everybody has a state of mind, and that both thing is also a state of mind, only just a higher state of mind. Is it so? Matlab, is it within the parameter of mind or beyond that? Because, for example, putting it simply, if we take example of Buddha, he took like 12 years for nirvana. So if we erase all the 12 years of his memory, like completely, so will he be the same Buddha? Because he has reached that level where he knows what is both his. So if I erase all the 12-year memories of Buddha, he is that prince in the his mention. So will he that be same Buddha? If not, then both is also a part of mind only, because both is also a part of memory. And if I erase the memory, Buddha will come back to the normal human being. So this is my question: is that both is beyond mind, or it is just a part of mind? So just a state of mind which we can achieve by practice.
Let me invert the question. What if you give the same memories to some random person? Will he become a Buddha?
I don't know, sir.
No, you think of it. There are so many people who are born in similar circumstances as Prince Gautam, who live much the same life, get married, have a kingdom waiting for them, get a baby. So this is a very common kind of situation. Do you see these situations engendering, producing a Buddha?
Sir, it was his luck, or I don't know, but he find those things disturbing, so he worked on it, and he found a.
Why don't all people do that? There are so many people in these situations. Why don't more people do that? Let's say if not all, then at least 10%. Why doesn't that happen?
Because not everybody is brave enough to.
So what is this bravery? What is this bravery? Is it memory? Is it memory? What is it?
Just a state of mind.
What do you mean by state of mind? What do you mean by mind? Mind is a concept. All states of the mind come from somewhere. The mind is just a concept. So what do you mean by state of mind? Where does the Buddha's uniqueness come from?
I see it as a coincidence only.
So then you can even say that if you take away the Buddha's memory, then it's a matter of coincidence whether he will remain a Buddha or not.
No, sir, but I want to know that now.
But then you yourself have brought in randomness into the picture. You are saying it's a coincidence. See, it's a subtle thing. Understand? The Buddha is not his body. At the same time, there is no Buddha without the body. Take this and meditate over it. The Buddha is not the body of the Buddha. Equally, there is no Buddha without the body.
So one completes the other, right?
Think of it. It's not that one completes, they are not two parts. There's something far deeper than the book you are reading.
Sir, I never used to believe on such books, but that actually helped me. So that is that question I asked.
We are not saying that only deep things can help people. A lot of superficial things help a lot of people. So it's okay. To be helped, you do not always require a Buddha. Sometimes you may even require a porter or a plumber, an electrician. You don't always require a master surgeon. Sometimes even a pharmacist is okay to help you. So I'm not denying that the stuff you might have read might have helped you. But the thing is, help has various levels, right? We do not know the level of our disease. So often we do not even know the level at which we need help. But nevertheless, it's great if you find relief by plunging yourself into positive thought and newer patterns. May it last.
No, sir, I don't want to be dependent on that. I'm not like that.
Then
But
where
that actually helped, which bothered me.
then you are still being bothered by this thing? Where is the lack of botheration?
But sir, that wrong thing helped me, so that's where I got bothered about it.
If a
That
wrong
actually helped me. That too at 90% level.
if a wrong thing has a certain impact on you, it is not called help. It is called delusion. If a wrong thing, as you admittedly say, it's a wrong thing, but it helped me. The wrong thing, the impact that it has on you is called delusion. It is called misleading. It is not called help. It may appear like help. It may appear like help for a while. But sooner than later the bubble will burst. The real thing is the real thing. There is no substitute. You cannot have positive thinking as a substitute for Buddha's wisdom.
Yes, sir. So I want to know the real thing. That is the question.
But you say, but how is it? How is it possible? You have already been helped.
No, I don't want to get help by that because I know that won't last.
But there is going to be a problem. You see, the real thing requires abstinence, parhej. You understand abstinence, parhej? You have to stay clear of stuff that causes sickness in the first place. Optimism and thought patterns are the very food of sickness. That's what the ego feeds on. First of all, one has to stop all that. The doctor, even as he prescribes you pills, also prescribes you stuff to stay away from. Right? If you don't stay away, the pills won't work. Don't you see that the center your thought is coming from is itself the problem the center itself is facing? How can you extend the problem to treat itself? How can you energize the problem and hope for a solution? How can you trick yourself into being wiser? That's what most of these self-help books do. They say you can fool yourself into getting wiser. The thing is, if you can be fooled, how are you getting any wiser?
Sir, I had read that book many years before too. So at that time I ignored that book. But my friend suggested me that again. So I read it.
Why do you have such friends? Maybe that's part of the problem, no?
Sir, at that time I was like
What's your name? What's your name?
very passive.
No, what's your name?
Ayushi.
Ayushi. Ayushi, who suggested me to you?
My brother.
Your brother. Are you friends with your brother?
No.
You fight with your brother because he suggested me to you. And that some random rascal is your friend who is suggesting you all kinds of stuff that you shouldn't be into. Most often, it's not people who recommend me to people. Most often, it's money that recommends me to people. That's the problem, if you see. Nobody will come, nobody in your circle will come to recommend me to you. But nonsense, people are expert at recommending. Nonsense spreads like wildfire, becomes a national bestseller, international bestseller in no time. For you to come to me, I have to spend tons of money just so that you can get a glimpse of what I want to say. Do you see where the problem is? The problem is in the environment. Unless you turn your back to the environment and move into yourself, there is no redemption. You'll have to be with people, with sources who encourage you to know yourself. If you continue to keep the company you do, you'll continue to keep the disease you do. And your brother deserves better treatment. If he has recommended me to you, you have a very nice brother. I'm just patting myself on the back. Yes, they say backhanded compliment. By praising your brother, I am indirectly buttering myself. One indulges sometimes, no? Even in spirituality, you have cheat days. So you can feed the ego on those days.
But sir, I'm actually bothered about that because I know that is a wrong thing. My question is, that is a wrong thing that helped me. So I wasn't following that.
It didn't help you.
I tried.
You see, just the day before there was Holi. And some people in the foundation, they took copious amounts of bhang. And then they were so happy. They were continuously happy. They were so happy, I became miserable. They didn't do anything for straight 24 hours. One of them occupied my bed and refused to budge and didn't do a thing. You can be happy for anything. Bhang, ganja, weed, LSD, PSD, anything can make you very happy. So, happiness is not a criteria. Don't you see what makes the general person happy? How can you treat happiness with such reverence? Our friend Julius is so happy. He came from Finland to us just to enjoy bhang and is still happy. It's been 3 days now. The happiness isn't subsiding. See? What? Bhang? What are you raising a hand for?
Sir, you might be taking me as a girl who is trying to defend that book, but that's not the case.
No, I'm not. I'm not taking you as someone who's defending that book. Girl, yes, I'm taking you as a girl, but the other part I'm not considering.
Sir, please let me express myself completely.
See, I too have a right to be happy, all right? So, allow me to be happy at your expense. Yes, please.
So my question is, that both concept or whatever it is called.
It is not a concept. Wait. Where are you coming from? Who told you both is a concept? Both is to look at all your concepts. Both in itself is not a concept. Both concept, Atma concept. Are you coming from one of those humanities schools that deal only with ideas and claim that there is nothing beyond the human mind and human ideas? I was disgusted when I read one of those books by a supposedly famous author, and he talked of the Atma concept, the Brahma concept. This is so disgusting. Atma concept? Atma is a concept. If Atma is a concept, what are you living for?
So please allow me to. I might be choosing the wrong words because I asked Rohit Bhaiya to speak in Hindi because I express more myself clearly in Hindi. But so maybe I'm choosing the wrong word.
No, you can very happily continue in Hindi. I'll be very happy. बोलिए हिंदी में बोलिए.
जैसे क्वेश्चन. हाँ सर, क्वेश्चन ये है कि अगर मुझे ये कि अब जो भी एक सही चीज होती है उसका मुझे एक्सपीरियंस तो भी है नहीं, मतलब मैं नहीं जानती उसके बारे में कुछ भी, तो मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ कि क्या वो भी एक जस्ट स्टेट ऑफ माइंड है, हायर स्टेट ऑफ माइंड, या वो बिल्कुल माइंड से बियॉन्ड चीज होती है?
अच्छा एक बात बताओ,
तो वो मुझे बहुत हेल्प करेगी.
वो चीज नहीं होती है. आपको हायर स्टेट क्यों जाना होता है? क्यों जाना है?
टू गेट रिड ऑफ आवर प्रॉब्लम्स.
टू गेट रिड ऑफ
और प्रॉब्लम्स.
माने प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पर है?
हमारे भी है.
निचले तल पर है ना, तभी तो ऊपर जाते हो और कहते है ना, नीचे से ऊपर जाके कह रहे हो आई एम गेटिंग रिड ऑफ माई प्रॉब्लम्स, तो माने प्रॉब्लम नीचे होगी तभी तो ऊपर जाकर के गेटिंग रिड ऑफ माई प्रॉब्लम्स ऐसे बोल रहे हो, है ना? राइट? अच्छा, तो यहां प्रॉब्लम्स थी तो ऊपर गए, तो ऊपर जाकर के अब रिलेटिवली ऊपर गए ना तुलनात्मक रूप से, तो ऊपर भी क्या प्रॉब्लम्स शून्य हो गई, जीरो हो गई?
कम हो गई.
तो जिस वजह जिस कारण से नीचे से थोड़ा ऊपर गए थे उसी वजह से अब क्या करोगे? ऊपर से भी
और ऊपर जाएंगे,
थोड़ा और ऊपर जाओगे. हाँ, बस इसको कहते हैं आत्मा की तरफ निरंतर आरोह, लगातार बढ़ते रहना. आत्मा कोई कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है, आत्मा कोई मंजिल नहीं है। आत्मा ये जो गति हो रही है, ये जो मूवमेंट हो रहा है, उसकी एनर्जाइजर है, उसका प्राण है, वो फाउंडेशन है। वो ना हो तो कोई क्यों ऊपर को जाएगा? इसीलिए उसको अनंत भी कहते हैं, क्योंकि कितना भी ऊपर उठ जाओ, मिली तो अभी है नहीं। बहुत निकट आ गए, बहुत निकट आ गए, पर इतना सा तो अभी बचा है, इतना सा बचा है, इसीलिए अभी गेम में मजा है। सब खत्म हो गया तो खेल भी खत्म हो गया।
Also,